Hello everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Soccer Examiner. I'm Victor, and today we had three pretty decent games. The first one was Greece versus South Korea. Then we had the Argentina versus Nigeria game, and lastly we had the England versus USA game. So yeah, three pretty good games. And hopefully I can get all of these in less than 10 minutes. It's gonna be pretty tough, but bear with me here. So the first game was Greece versus South Korea. Wasn't as interesting as the last two games, but it was pretty. It's a lot more interesting than at least the Uruguay France game. Um, Korea was obviously dominating during the whole game. Like I said in my previous video, I thought Ji-sung Park was going to be the main catalyst of the Korean attack, and he actually was. He was around most of the field, and he topped off a good game with a nice goal, if I might say that. Um, Now, Greece, couldn't find any positive things out of that game. Sorry, Greek people. But if you guys saw anything positive out of that game, please comment. I mean, if you disagree with me, it's fine. Just give me what you think. Any opinions, they're all welcome. But yeah, didn't see the attack was just not present at all. Um, During the game, they talked about how good their defense was, and honestly, the defense was probably the weakest part of the whole team itself. Now, like I said before, I'm going to have three players who I thought were good during that game. Um, and then I'll have the player that was just horrible during the game or should have done better. And, well, let's start with Korea. Korea, I have as a good standout, obviously, was the captain, Park Ji-sung, and also the number 14. I'm not sure what his name is. I haven't looked it up yet. So sorry that I'm not as fact uh, full as I usually am, but bear with me. Every day is a different game, so I don't have that much time to actually do all of this. And the bad point, if any, for Korea was probably, or not bad point, but the player that should have done more was the other Park, the number 10. He had so many opportunities in the beginning of the game. I believe he missed a key one, and he eventually ended up being subbed off, which was probably the reason why he got subbed off, the fact that he missed so many opportunities during the game. As for Greece, like I said before, I couldn't find any good points out of it. But like I said, I have to at least name one, and the only positive I would have gotten from that game was the goalkeeper. Um, Obviously, Korea could have scored many more goals than the game led to believe. But the Greek goalkeeper, had a couple big saves. The first goal was obviously a defensive um, fault, at least in my opinion. And the last one, I guess, you can't really stop those strikes. Um, so yeah, that's enough for that game. Next one is the Argentina versus Nigeria game. Now this wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be, to be honest, especially with Nigeria's offensive style. I mean, yeah, Argentina's offensive style. I mean, they brought quality players, and it should have been more than a 1-0 game. Even though I think I predicted it was going to be a 1-1 or a 1-0, but just the fact that the goal was scored on a set piece was really depressing, at least for me to watch. Because Argentina kept attacking and attacking and attacking, and it had so many opportunities to take, and they couldn't take it. And a set piece is kind of like one of those ways where you can score a goal without actually doing that much. So the fact that it just came off a set piece was really kind of loses the quality of the win for Argentina. But yeah, Nigeria was really uh, quick on the counterattack, especially at the end of the game, where Argentina actually seemed to be fatigued, which is completely normal. I mean, it's 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people can last fresh for 90 minutes. So yeah, for Argentina, the top three players that played a great game, in my opinion. I'm starting off with Messi. He didn't score any goals, but he was still a pretty good catalyst for the Argentina attack. He made a lot of creative plays. And it goes to show you that he's a quality player, especially since he's doing all that, having three Nigerian players marking him. So kudos for Messi. I also have Jonas, or Jonas, how you pronounce it in Spanish. Um, he probably doesn't get as much credit as he should get. Yes, he did the dirty work, but sometimes you need someone to play dirty in each game. And I believe he did his job correctly. Yes, he got a yellow card, but he did stop the African attack, or the Nigerian attack. And the same goes for my next player. Actually, never mind. I was stuck between Verón and Mascherano, and I initially had Verón, especially because of that free kick that led to the goal. But I have to say that my hat's off to Mascherano. He did the same thing that Jonas played. He basically destroyed the Nigerian attack, and I mean, yes, you go for the creative players, but I believe in this game, the fact that he destroyed a lot of attack was the key for Argentina. For Nigeria, I have Yakubu. I believe he was very dynamic in the game. Nothing led to his attacks or creativity, but still, he gave Argentina a pretty good scare. Next, I also have the goalkeeper Enyema. I believe it's the goalkeeper. Just because he did a couple of big saves. And this just goes to realize, especially since South Africa as a goalkeeper also had pretty good saves, that it seems that this World Cup is going to have a lot of good African goalkeepers at least, or just goalkeepers in general, because there's been a lot of quality saves during every match actually. And lastly, I have Olafemi Martins. I don't believe he started. He was subbed in. I just love this player. I used to follow him when he was in Inter. Last I checked, he was in Newcastle, so I'm not sure how his career has left it off after that. But yeah, you just anytime he touched the ball, he was being creative, created a lot of spaces, got a good service, and had good shots. Um, and the only bad thing about um, Nigeria was probably the number 11. Like I said again, I don't have the facts. I don't know what his name was, what his position was. Sadly, I don't know. But to my opinion, number 11 for Nigeria just kept screwing up the attack. I believe there was one instance where he was in a runaway. He had a better position for the goal. I mean, for the pass, but he ended up trying to shoot, and in the end, he got nowhere. He ended up getting a goal. Argentina kept getting a goal kick. So yeah, I forgot to mention that for me, the Korea and Greece game, the man of the match was the captain Park Ji-sung. For this Argentina match, I think FIFA said Messi, or at least the commentator said Messi. I would have to disagree, and I would say the man of the match goes for Mascherano or Jonas, whichever one you prefer. If you believe it's someone else, if you believe it's Messi, please comment. Um, Free to listen to any opinions. And lastly, I only have a minute and a half. The USA versus England game. Now, I got this result wrong as well. I said it was going to be a 2-1 England. Ended up being a 1-1 draw. Really exciting game. England scored. As I said before, Gerrard, he's just plain beast. I mean, it was a nice goal, crafty, soft touch. I said he was going to be the catalyst and the man England goes for, and he actually was in this match. Um, and Dempsey, like I said before, also he's one of my favorite players in the American national team, and he ended up being the spark that the U.S. national team needed. Now the goal that Dempsey scored uh, doesn't it doesn't I don't it doesn't like make me trust the team in general. I mean, it was just a lucky goal, to be honest. But sometimes you need luck. Um, and the good players I have here are Dempsey, Donovan, and Howard. The one who didn't do enough is probably Finley. I don't know why he started. I would have preferred Buttle. But in the end, Bob Bradley's the one who decides. And for England, I have the good players. Johnson, I just think he's a very dynamic right back, and Gerrard, obviously. And the one who did not do that much for me was Wayne Rooney. A lot expected of him, and he should have done better. So I will see you guys later with my preview for the next matches. Victor signing off, and please comment anything you want to say. Bye.